Welcome back. Get a grip on lighting live. Devin Wall from Canada Light Expo 2024. What's happening, brother?
Back again, day 2 over here.
How did you like Toronto?
Great city.
Isn't it a good city?
Super nice people, really friendly. We found some cool spots last night.
We did.
Delicious food.
Oh, yeah.
And
good company.
Yeah. I mean, you're always good company to hang out with.
So are you. We had a couple other people with us last night that were fun, too.
Yeah.
So, we were talking about yesterday, the theme of the live streams for me was really, man, it's nice that Canada has its own show. No matter how small it is, no matter, whatever, it's nice that Canada has a show. And then this morning and last night, we were talking about how important it is for manufacturers to get together, to come together in a jurisdiction and start talking to one another. So you come to a show like this, you meet another manufacturer. You're like, hey, can you make this component? I saw you talking to her.
I just did.
Yeah.
To 3 other people.
Yes.
It was great.
Yes.
Working together, that's what it is. And it's kind of fun. And, maybe my guys might be backed up or I can borrow their idea and bring it in here because it's great from these guys in Canada. I'm helping them sell more product in the States. So teaming up with other people doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not shy to say I use other people's good stuff.
Listen, do you know how many suppliers like a final assembly car factory has?
Yeah.
Thousands of people are making components that go into those cars. Thousands of things.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is when Derek and I look at, and it's probably the average of the amount of vendors that go into one light fixture that we manufacture at our shop.
Yeah.
It probably averaged about 14 manufacturers that go into one part.
One part.
You try to consolidate from fasteners and screws to, wire connectors. Everything starts adding up.
Because you want specialists. You want to find, because you're trying to make something really good, you need a guy that really knows how to work metal like you were talking to yesterday. Yeah. Whatever he's got. Yeah, don't worry, Mikey. The holes are gone, of course. Mikey, yeah. The holes are gone. Don't worry about the holes. I already saw the holes.
Yeah, there's going to be no holes. The holes are filled.
Yes.
It's going to look great.
Yes.
But having these expertise, like you said, and even I don't extrude my own lenses.
Sure.
I pay this team that has a science degrees in extruding and lighting lens manufacturing.
Yes.
They're the best in the game. They're top notch.
Let them do it.
Yeah. And I let them go. So here's my design. This is what my engineers came up with, and this is what we're going to make. They slice out the profile, and I have an extrusion mold, and it gets put up on there just like Play-Doh, and it comes out in a nice long line.
There's more to the workshop floor than the product that comes off of it. That's where the innovation happens, on the workshop floor. And now it's all over in China in the lighting industry.
Well, that's a lot of things. We mentioned yesterday it's with, original lighting manufacturers 24 years ago. It was all fluorescent. This stuff was big. You shipped it. There wasn't really a lot of overseas. It was castings were done. Overseas.
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, and then they're like, well, why are we going to – the overseas places in China, they're like, well, why don't we just sell the whole fixture completely instead of just selling components? So that's how they started in LEDs, and everything gets smaller. Just like the grow lights, they come in bars because they can put them in a box and ship them in a container. They can get that much more product driving down the cost.
Yeah. But what's not happening in America right now is there's nobody on the shop floor. Obviously with louvers there is. You guys have a shop floor. People go back there and do work. You show me it on Facebook. You show me on a Facebook video or whatever it was when you're talking to your brother. And he's in the shop floor with the thing, looking at the fixture, shaving the lens down, whatever you guys were talking about.
Just a little needed, but we wanted that exact fit. So,
it
takes time. And it's fun to have these, tangible working, tweaking here, and then being able to deliver to what the customer wants, what the customer is asking for. We're going to do our best thing to try to make that happen for them and solve these solutions. And that's, we're driving around, we're looking at the historic heritage of a lot of these towns around here in downtown Toronto, looking at the light fixtures. And what do you want to change it out to? You don't want to change these out.
No, those HPS fixtures down on Lakeshore Boulevard, those things are iconic. Don't rip them out, buddy. Toronto, do not replace them with those stupid LED lights. You got to retrofit those beautiful, weird HPS light fixtures they have.
Yeah, you can get down to 1900 Kelvin too with LEDs now.
Oh, yeah.
There's technology out there that have pretty good solutions. And when you have these, able to put in what the customer wants. Not only are distributors and the contractors going out there, they're helping secure more business.
Sure.
And they're gaining more traction. And then it's just word of mouth spreads from there. And, that's where we're looking at overall is just making people better as a whole, and then just promoting that integrity and American ingenuity or North American ingenuity.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, listen, though, there's a lot of trade that flows across the Ontario-Michigan border, buddy. A lot of people are doing a lot of it.
The Canadian government, the lenses I sent you with the paperwork. Now, because they just changed it like a month or so ago with this paperwork process and this portal you got to access. That's why we got international freight brokers.
So you know what? Like, listen, Americans, Canadians are very sensitive about shipping to the United States and about paying for things in U.S. dollars and how to deal with that. Americans don't think very much about Canada, actually.
No. Except for the T Swift concert going on tonight.
There you go. That's it. Other than that, you don't really think about us very much.
No, but when I paid for my wife's gift, that hoodie I got her, and I'm like, man, and I was like, oh, it's Canadian, so it's like not that expensive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's like 40% off.
Yeah. So, no, but being from Chicago to Toronto, this is my first time in Toronto, and it's a quick flight, and
right into the island.
Yeah. It's
Boom,
cool.
you're right downtown.
Yeah, it's super cool.
It's super cool, dude.
That's where it's kind of fun traveling to other countries and other places. Beautiful architecture. You get to see and experience
I don't think Toronto beats Chicago architecturally. I think that Riverwalk downtown of Chicago is pretty damn nice. That may be the America. New York has a lot of Washington, they have a lot of power moves like the Rockefeller Center and stuff like that. Like that, those are power moves. You see that Art Deco of America from that time, the Gilded Age and all that. You see that kind of in there. Chicago has its own style, dude. There's something. The people who built the buildings in Chicago were super cool cats, dude. Yeah. They wanted to make their city.
That's why you go take
swanky.
The architectural tour on the boat, and you get a wealth of knowledge of just explaining how some of the stuff and what styles of architecture went in and why the architect chose that and moving forward. It's cool.
And lighting is part of that. Lighting is at the center of that. The lighting, the light fixtures.
Oh, especially at nighttime.
Oh, man.
I mean, darkness, restoration.
Night preservation.
These night preserves out there.
Yeah, we're done. We're gonna create something new called a night preserve. It's not a dark sky park. We're gonna create something that Devin and I and the Lighting in Darkness Foundation. We're gonna create something called a night preserve, and we're gonna hand these out to people, Devin. We're gonna hand out these certificates. This is a night preserve.
Yeah.
And
that's
it's not.
Go look at
it
the
doesn't
stars
have to be 70.
Yeah,
but not only that, it doesn't have to be 70,000 acres. It can just be a street in Toronto is a night preserve because we fixed the lights properly here. This is how the lights always looked in Toronto.
Adjusting and helping these people out, creating this, tourism aspect of it, and
making good lighting a tourist attraction.
Yeah, a place-making spot just revolving around lighting is cool.
Look at these cool lights. These lights are like this. We kept them that way, and we've retrofitted them to the ultimate energy
historically,
efficiency.
Keeping that heritage.
Yes.
You don't want to go maybe in like 3 generations from now when we got different type of technology, going out to replace with something. I don't know. That's for us to think about now.
Another generation.
Yeah.
We preserved it in our generation.
We did what was right.
Yeah. Get a grip on lighting. Of course, this is Devin Wall, my good friend from Louvers International. What is it? Louvers INTL or something?
.com, yeah, louversintl.com.
Thanks for coming on the show, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.